Hey YouTube, Unknown Gamer here, and we're in week 1 of the second season here. Let's see if what our game is, how it's being televised. National. We have a nationally broadcasted game to start off the season against Penn State. I just want to check those because we didn't have a lot of those last year. Let's look at the preseason polls though and see who is ahead of us. Wow, terrible special teams from Alabama, but they still end up being number 1 in the nation as they do play West Virginia. And then you got Ohio State with a decent special teams, but pretty good, well-rounded team. And they have Navy first week, and then you have Texas A&M. Their defense is by far their weakest point. And then we got Oregon, who looks to be a well-rounded team, and they pretty decent schedule, and we're towards the end of it. Pretty 95, 95, 95. Well-rounded around the board. And then we have USC, who's another team that's looking pretty good. And then we have Texas Longhorns ahead of us, and then Louisville, Georgia, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Michigan, Nebraska, Georgia Tech, Wisconsin, Florida, Washington, Clemson, Miami, Stanford, UCLA, Iowa, Notre Dame, Oregon State, West Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, LSU, Missouri, San Diego State, Boise State, Maryland, Ole Miss, Virginia, NC State, Mississippi State, Boston, Fresno, Kansas, Ball, Florida State, South Carolina, Syracuse, Arkansas, Duke, California, Auburn, Oklahoma State, and Kentucky to round out the top 50. Penn State nowhere in sight for that conference outlook. Let's see. We're expected to finish behind USC this year, but we did go up, though. That's good to see. Heisman watch. Let's see who's here. Kadeem Carey sitting in this. So yeah, preseason All-Americans. I do want to see this list. And Johnny Manziel, we only have one guy so far on it. Yeah. Amari Cooper, of course, he's up there. And then, I'm just looking through here real quick. Who's the other guy? Michael. So, no TJ Yedlin up there. Then, I'm just looking. Bondurant is on there, so that's. And Zachary Green, who's not even going to be doing what got him on there. But yeah. I'm just looking through here to see if we have anybody on there, and if we do, who it is. So yeah, pretty much nobody really on first or second team. What about Pac-12? Zach Klein. And then we have Kadeem Carey, Bacchus. Tala is up there. That's good to see. We do have, so far, 3 guys, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys on the first team. Second team, we have 1 guy. Wait, I want to see Marquise Lee's not on there. Marquise Lee's not on that one. And he is on that one, though. Let me see. NCAA. All NCAA. Second team. So, what happened to... What's his face? Yeah, TJ Yedlin's first team. He's a junior this year. That explains it. Okay. So, yeah, this is pretty much championship contenders. I do want to see this, though, real quick. So we are not expected to really have another good year after this year, but they've said that a lot about us. And I'm going to go in, and this is week 1, so I'm going to show you where I'm putting points, and then you won't see recruiting probably for another 2 or 3 weeks. So let me go through real quick and look. Position needs first. Team needs are always first. We need a tackle. It was Luis Barr, wasn't it? Wasn't that the guy I was looking at? Yeah, it's Luis Barr. I wanted to offer him a scholarship. And then we'll put all but 50 points on him because he is getting a scholarship. Chad Hall, somebody I wanted, so we'll put all but these points on him, and then we'll offer him a scholarship. Bradley was somebody else I really wanted, so we'll put all the points on him and offer him a scholarship. Was it Andy Washington? Yeah, I do need a strong free safety, so I will go for Washington too. And it's right there. I think that's all the team needs taken care of. We have tackle. Yeah, we have all the team needs taken care of. So now we can go in here and look at guys that I'm just really interested in. Kyle Brooks. Let's see, what were you? You were a quarterback slash. You were a quarterback slash. Yeah, I know what you were. Who else is going for you? You know what? This week I'm not going to offer him a scholarship. I will put 400 points on him. Scott O'Neal. What was he? He was a strong safety slash cornerback that I'm somewhat interested, but not really. Corey Harper. We'll put 50 points on him and a scholarship, and we'll see what happens there. Strong safety. I had to scout these guys. These are the guys I was going to scout. Ooh, Fred Matthews looking pretty good. What about him? Yeah, okay, now I have a tough choice to make. Look at speed. Oh gosh, I do like. He's a much better speed. He's a better tackler, but Fred Matthews, he'll lay the hammer on somebody. So we're gonna go for Fred Matthews because he could. When he hits somebody, they're gonna feel it the next day. We'll put 550 on him, and we'll offer him a scholarship too. Cornerbacks. I wanted to scout Ewing before I did anything. Oh, good thing I did, because he could end up. Because he does have very good zone coverage, but not the world's best man, and that's our bread and butter of this team is man defense. So Darryl Ball is by far the best guy for man defense, and I really do need to get a cornerback this year. So I might go for 2, but I'm going to focus on Darren Ball. He's the main focus. Eric Heath, he's somebody I flat out need. I don't need, but I really want, because that way I will have that position taken care of. Kendrick, don't really need anybody here, so I'll wait on that. I'm going for defensive tackle. I'm just going here to see what their all is. Maybe later we'll go here. Now I'm kind of stuck at a situation where I have to choose between Josh Johnson and them, because I still want a halfback and him. So yeah, I'll put 400. Yeah, I'll put 400 on him. Give him a scholarship, and then I'll look at the defensive ends, because I knew defensive end would be big for this team. Let me look at the schools interested in Darby and Johnson. Darby, we're already in the lead on Darby, so we'll go for Darby first, see if we can get him to commit early on in the season, and then we'll go for Johnson later on in the year. But yeah, this is pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in the game against Penn State. Right here has the coin tosses happening. Penn State does win it, and let's see what they choose to do. Did they choose to receive? Yeah, they did. That's the first time I've ever seen a team choose to receive in NCAA 14. But right here is we do kick the ball deep. Hobson's running back, and that's pretty much it. They need the ball on the kickoff, and let's see. Now the question is, what can our defense do? Smith is in, and so is Romero. So we have 2 freshmen in, first snap of the game, and Christian Hackenberg just throws the ball away. Great coverage. Right here, so we did an amazing job right there. And force a 3 and out on the first drive. Pretty much nothing really happened, but right here, they do punt it off. Richards back deep to receive, as he does cut it, and he gets that out. He's trying to get the outside corner, and he does, to the 40. And goes down after a 28-yard return. As right here, Kadeem Carey, Heisman favorite coming into the year, if you ask me. But right here, first play of the game, what are we going to run? We'll run a read option. And first snap of Derek Reynolds' career. Let's see what he can do. Has immediately go right to Kadeem Carey. And guess who breaks up? 11-yard rush on his first play of his career. Derek Reynolds does. Pretty good play if you ask me. And right here, you see Wharton. They're not really guarding Wharton that well, but they do leave Bailey wide open. And Bailey gets pretty good yards right there. And I did customize Bailey, so that's why it doesn't have matching sleeves. I did that for a few guys. Didn't really mess with Derek Reynolds, though, because I liked the way he looked. And I didn't mess with Romero, but I did mess with almost every other freshman. Unless they were red-shirted, of course. And Derek Reynolds breaks a tackle and gets the first touchdown of the season. And it's the first touchdown of his career. And that's amazing, if you ask me. First possession, second run of his career, first possession, first broken tackle, all for a touchdown. And his longest career run, too. And you see Wisconsin does beat Washington State. And now, so that's, and like they said, tight game for Wisconsin as they barely get by. Sorry, I'm pausing. But as they barely get by Washington State, a team that we are going to have to play this year. Right here, as we stop them on third down, they probably will settle for a field goal, yeah. It's just, I think our number one problem is kind of we're just trying to get used to everything and ready for it, and we're going to get back to return this one, and never mind. And yeah, they make it, so now it's 7-3 Arizona. With the first quarter almost ending, it's still a one heck of a ball game here in Arizona against Penn State, a team that's not even in the top 50. And I think they're wrongly ranked based on what I've seen from them so far. I feel like they're easily a top 50 school, probably a top 30 school, actually, at least because they've come out here from their worst drive was, of course, the drive that they went 3 and out, and then since then they've been pretty good on offense. And their defense, the number one problem with defense was they were pinned with their backs against the wall. They just had to try and guard us and make sure we didn't do anything too major and just tear them apart early on. They wanted to make sure that we couldn't. I don't know. It felt like they were trying to gamble. They didn't want to gamble, but they had to because of where they were on the field, and that's probably was their number one issue. Right here, I see a number one problem for us this year will be stopping the pass. As going into halftime, Hackenberg already has pretty good has 150 yards passing, but right here, just lobs it right up over the middle, and yeah, touchdown Penn State. And now they're up 9-7 on us, and I'll tell you right now, if we lose this game or if we don't find out how to pull away real soon, we're going to be looking at we're going to be looking at a Music City Bowl, for crying out loud. We're not going to go anywhere in a big bowl if we can't score and if we can't stop a team like Penn State. I mean, they're not even in the top 50 right now, and here we are in a dogfight with them to just get out of here with a win. Now the question is, how can Reynolds? Now we will find out how good is Reynolds. Is Reynolds as good as he was in practice, or was it just because of how bad our defense was? Oh, boom! Right there's why Reynolds is the starting quarterback. It's because of passes like that right there. Cooper gets right back up. That was sick right there. Only bad thing is not the right time to do that. But we do get the ball back after halftime, though, so that's something else to think about. If we score here, and then we score after halftime, we have a chance to really make this game hard for crap. And they actually stopped the corner play, but something that they won't stop will be scrambling from Derek Reynolds. And oh my gosh, can you guys see the lag? I've never had this bad of lag. When even choosing plays, I'm starting to get lag. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, and there goes Barely. Oh, I accidentally switched to Barely right there and took him off course. If I went to switch here, though, that possibly would have been a touchdown, and that would have been big. Yeah, now let's just run the ball, hurry up, run to the line, and spike it if we don't get the first down. That's what we're going to do here. because I don't think we're in field goal range yet. But Kadeem Carey's off, and it's touchdown. Kadeem Carey has reled the best drive we've had, I would say, in the series, other than that first drive against Ohio State, and that was because nobody expected us to pass in that game. And early on, what did we do? We passed the ball for the first drive, and then they started to expect us to pass the ball a little bit more. But yeah, right here, 24 seconds left. We go up 14-10 on Penn State. And if we play it smart, we could actually... All we got to do really is hold them. If we can hold them for 24 seconds, we could very easily end up going into half with a 14-10 lead and getting the ball after halftime, which that in itself is good, and that's pretty good if you ask me. But you see the plays. They're just milk clock, because it annoys me when teams do this, because it's all they can do against us is milk clock and just get play after play after play. And it annoys the crap out of me when teams do that, because all it means is that they're good at getting multiple plays off. And right here, as you do see, Christian Hackenberg does get sacked, though. I don't know who got the sack. Yeah, they give it to Patinato, but I don't know. I just don't think that he got it. But we do go into half, though, up 14-10. Oh, wow, this could be a long year if this is how we're going to play. And we have Miami up next. So we have to figure out what went wrong defensively in this game. Because you can't say offense was our problem. Because offense has only gone out 3 and out one time. We had to punt it, and it wasn't even 3 and out. And it wasn't Derek Reynolds' fault. It was just the line collapsed, and that cost us a touchdown. Right here, as I'm starting to wonder about James Bailey, is I might have to do a practice after this game, because oh my gosh, he's not playing so far like the James Bailey we used in practice mode, because he's dropped one pass already, and in practice mode he never dropped a single one. And right here, as we do roll out, and he does catch it, so yeah, he's still got some sure hands, but so far a pretty good day from Derek Reynolds. I mean, I'm giving him about as much of a chance as I gave Anu Solomon in his first game, and to be honest, so far he's done a lot better job, so he will get more chances to prove himself because he's done a better job. Last year, the reason we relied on the run was in the first 2 games that we played, Anu Solomon had 2 turnovers in both of them. So far, Derek Reynolds has had 0 turnovers and 2 touchdowns. Big difference, and I like it. And right here, Derek Reynolds, he's doing a lot better job fitting in on our offense, and he looks more like a running back at times than he does a quarterback. As that does put us up, like I said, 21-10, going right out from halftime. But now we probably won't get the ball back until there's a minute left in the fourth quarter, because their offense just milks the freaking clock, and it annoys me. That's something I would say. Don't look at this game and say Los, and look at us and be like, they're not going to be that good this year, because you can't judge us after playing this Penn State team. This will probably be the last time we play Penn State, just because I can't handle this slow, steady, we're going to milk every second we can get off the clock. I can't handle that type of an offense, playing against a team that does that on defense. I can't handle it. Right here, no one was times I forgot to record because I didn't think Derek Reynolds was this explosive, but watch this. Boom, read option, immediately gets the ball, spin move, showing that he could be a running back too if we need him in the future. As he just fights from, what was that, let's see where the contact was first made. He fights from the 3-yard line into the end zone and crosses the plane. Touchdown, Arizona. We didn't even have the ball for 30 seconds and we went 52 yards. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to see happen. As he went 46 yards for that end zone right there, for that touchdown, I mean. And this is why Derek Reynolds is quarterback and not Anu Solomon. Because I can tell you right now, New Solomon doesn't have the acceleration or the speed to pull something like that. And as you see, our defense isn't doing the world's greatest today. They're doing about enough to get us a win, and for this game, I'm fine with that because I don't like this style of offense either. I feel the same way about this style of offense as I do the options. Annoying. Because they're now down 18. So what do? Run the ball. No. I hate it. That's why I hate the way this works. That's why against options teams, I don't care how bad it looks like I'm going to beat them, I always start off firing because I cannot handle the option look. So I just bring everything I can and bring a full-out blitz every single play to get him out of it. But Hackenberg's done a pretty good job running against us, which I don't like. Right here, I stopped recording right around here, but after that play, they fall short, and they do not get the third down. They don't get the new set of downs. But right here, so we are, of course, going to go for the punt a lot this year. And we will a lot in the future, too. As we are getting a very fast team coming here to Arizona to run my style of offense, the fast, we're going to outrun you. We'll run the ball down your throat. We'll throw the ball over your head. We'll beat you every single way physically possible. And right here, they immediately expect Reynolds to get the ball right after that last run, but then Kadeem Carey breaks a 10-yard run out. We're going to have one of the best dynamic duos in the nation right now with Kadeem Carey and Derek Reynolds, because they both are amazing runners, and they both can pass the ball too. So really, no matter how I line up, you have to watch for every single thing. If Carey's getting ready to take a snap, you really got to watch him because I'm going to probably pass the ball with him. If Reynolds is lined up behind center, well, you still got to watch the run and the pass because he's going to do both. Same thing with Carey. Both of them will run and pass the ball behind center. And Carey lining up as running back, of course you got to watch him then on the ground. So every single way that we can beat you, that you can get beat, our players can beat you. And that's something I really do enjoy. And right here, we're just trying to put the game out of reach just for the whole, just to end it. Oh, and Carey fumbles the ball. First time I've ever seen him fumble the ball. And that clearly came out right as contact came, so oh my gosh. Oh, that's big. That is big. Kadeem Carey's first fumble of his career. Well, at least while I've been here, and Hackenberg gets sacked. I think that's the second time he's been sacked today. And that tells you something about the difference in our defensive line from last year to this year. This year, it's not as good as it was last year. But also, we have somewhat of a younger, at least tackle-wise, it's not as good. And-wise, it's a little bit worse, but not that much. But right here, McKnight barely misses. McKnight had a pick if he would have turned around and saw that a little bit sooner. Oh man, that's the second or third time we've had picks that we just didn't turn around fast enough to see. I just really don't want to see Hackenberg get 150 yards today. That's something else I want to add. Well, we're talking about should have been picks. And right there, we do swarm him right there. And I think that's his second longest run, as his longest one was 12 yards. We've been getting him in the backfield a lot, especially early in the game, because they motion a guy whichever way they ran, and I'd always do the run left or run right, use that. And every time I got right, because they only had one formation they ran out of, and they only had one way to know which, and they signaled which way they're running every time with the guy in motion. But Richards does pretty good right there fighting for extra yards as he gets us a 22-yard return. Yes, please. 3 touchdowns on the ground for Derek Reynolds as he now also reaches 100 yards rushing. We might have a quarterback and a running back that reach 1,000 yards rushing on the season, as they are both on course to do that, as Derek Reynolds gets another big touchdown scamper right there. And oh my gosh, this is just... I don't know what happened in this second half, but if we can keep playing like we did in this second half, we'll have so many blowouts this year, it's not even funny. And this is why Reynolds is starting over Solomon. Today, Reynolds came out here, and I honestly came into this game thinking if Reynolds doesn't play better than Solomon, if Reynolds does not do what I think he's capable of, and that was a terrible defense on the return right there. But if Reynolds doesn't do as good as he's done already, Solomon would probably be out there a little bit, kind of like, let's see what Solomon could do. Let's see if he can do what Reynolds couldn't, which was run our style of offense. And right there's the third sack of the game. I don't know who got that sack. Was it Birch? Is that Birch? No, it's Tala. Dang, I thought it was Birch right there for a little bit. And I'm thinking Birch with a sack in the first game. But no, Birch doesn't get the sack. Albert Smith is out there, isn't he? Yeah. So we still have not had our first turnover of the season yet. We still have not forced that, which is disappointing because we've had chances to do it. And the ball comes loose, and he picks it up. Oh no! They did not just recover a fumble for a touch. Oh, that was the worst time. Just as I was saying, I'd like to see us force a turnover here. Wait, knock the ball loose. They pick it up and go probably 30 yards further than what they would have gone if it wouldn't have been a fumble. So yeah, that sucks. Patin Nato gets back there and gets another sack on Christian Hackenberg. Has we set the school record again? We set that like 10 times, like 5 times last year. I don't get why it says I called a timeout there. I hate that stupid thing. It annoys me so much. But oh well. I leave it on because every once in a while I do use it. And also I don't know how to turn it off. Oh my gosh. And it does it again. But Nato does. It's right there. Oh, Birch gets the tackle right there. First tackle of his career. And I think we've had a pretty good game so far. And so I will be showing the stats after the game. Especially for the freshmen who made their debuts today. As I think almost all the big name freshmen did get some stat today. As we are just getting, now they're starting to play like they did earlier in the game because I'm starting to run zone. And this is why I don't run zone. Anybody who's ever wondered why I hardly ever run zone, this is why. They're going to run if they run the ball, it's to the right side. And they don't run the ball. Instead, we leave them wide open for a touchdown. As now we let Penn State get the touchdown. That makes it look like a much closer of a game than what it actually was here in the second half. And yeah, it's now 17-35. Kind of upset, but not really. And USC does beat Fresno State. And yeah, I'm going to say they're going to, yeah, onside kick, big shocker, right? I know. But right here, let's see who gets on it. They do. Oh my god. They just recovered an onside kick. I'm sorry, but this pisses me off. How the... I'm not even going to say it. And whoa, what kind of pass was that from Hackenberg? I think I came up with a new tradition here, and that is playing a Big Ten team every year for a season opener. I might do that next year, but I probably won't. But I am also right here. I do know this is rubbing it in, and it's not sportsmanlike. But right now, it's trying to get the score to where I think it needs to be, and right there, that's what it needs to be. You see, we have a little bit of freezing right there. But we're up 42-17, and Derek Reynolds gets his first passing touchdown of his career. And he has a career day today against Penn State University. What a team to have a career day against. Right here, as you see, 10-4 player of the game is the freshman quarterback with 5 total touchdowns. We will be showing the game stats after this, because that was amazing if you ask me. The fact that we had so many freshmen starting. In my first recruiting class, we have quite a few freshmen starting. Derek Reynolds, 10 of 14, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, 71 completion percentage, 41, only 1 sack, which is pretty good rushing. Derek Reynolds, 131 yards, most rushing yards on the team with 4 touchdowns. Doing pretty good with yards after contact too. Receiving, Bailey had actually 2 receptions, pretty decent yards average, not a single touchdown, but he did get 5 yards after the catch. And he did drop 1 pass though, but first game of the year, I understand. No freshmen starting here. I'm just mainly looking at freshman stats. I'm looking through, seeing if I can find a freshman that I recruit. Devin Holiday, I didn't recruit him, but we'll look at him anyways. 2 tackles and 1 deflection, and was that it? Yeah, that's all of his stats. Smith isn't very far behind them with 2 tackles also, and no deflections, no interceptions, nothing really. So only 2 tackles for Smith. Brandon Birch, another guy here, two tackles, and that's it for him too. So a lot of our freshmen ending up with 2 tackles on the day, which isn't too shabby. Marcus Romero, though, does only end up with 1 tackle, and that's his only stat, I think, was 1 tackle. Yeah, 1 tackle being the only thing there. But that's still pretty good. Jared Tevis does force the 1 fumble of the game. Still a pretty good game, though, for freshmen, considering the fact that all of the freshmen that played at least had something on the statistical categories. So that's Cormier's the only one that didn't, and that's because he dropped a wide open touchdown pass. But Washington barely gets by Hawaii, and right here you do see, offensive player of the game is Derek Reynolds. He had an amazing game, and that's all you can say about it. You can't say, well, it was decent at best. No, it was flat out amazing. Best game I've ever seen him play. Well, best game I've ever played with a quarterback. And that leads us into week number 2 against at 19th ranked Miami. That's a big game, and I'm hoping that we can get a win in that one. And like I said earlier, I am somewhat thinking about starting a Madden 25 Connected Career Series and using these draft classes for it. And I think it'd be interesting because I definitely would get Derek Reynolds because he's, in one game, to me, he proved himself a Heisman candidate his freshman year. And he's done, and the fact that he outran a Heisman candidate and a 1,000-yard rusher, and it's not like the 1,000-yard rusher had a bad day. The 1,000-yard rusher had a good day. They both are on pace to get 1,000 yards rushing, and Derek Reynolds is on pace to have one heck of a year passing too. Possibly looking at 2,000, possibly 3,000 yards passing. That's just, if you ask me, that's flat out amazing. And I think he won NCAA Player of the Week in week 1. First start of his career winning NCAA Player of the Week. That'd be pretty cool. But until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.